welcome to Finforall by Jupiter. My name is Dipansha Dhingra and today we are going to answer one of the most important questions on everyone's mind. What is the meaning of life? No. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. And no. We will talk about the top skills that can make you money in 2022. So without further ado, let's get started. Everyone wants a great job because these bills won't pay themselves. And now Netflix is gonna get expensive too. But what is a great job these days? Of course, there are some very well established industries which are relatively safe in terms of employment. But many factors, including the pandemic, have really shifted the focus of what people are looking for in their jobs. We all have a dream job too, because pop culture has always popularized the fact that if you do something you love, you'll never work a day in life. That honestly isn't how life works. So millennials and zoomers are switching to a hustler lifestyle, where they work for money and with that financial freedom, follow their passions on the side. In fact, a term called moonlighting, which means working another job after hours, became very famous during the pandemic. Since 2020, it has been speculated that 70% remote workers have taken up second jobs. Our sincerest advice is to keep that hustle hush hush. And if you are eligible for it, then pay your due taxes as well. Now coming back to the topic, let's talk about jobs that can get your bank balance to the moon this year. That being said, every job is super important and the ones we'll talk about are just trending upwards in demand. So let's start with the sought after technical and programming skills in the industry today. Full stack development. As everything's going digital, it comes as no surprise that companies are looking out for experienced software developers who can develop both client and server software. CS or IT has always been super popular in India, especially amongst Indian parents for their kids. But the recent trends have made the employment market much bigger. Plus, with the pandemic and jobs shifting to work from home, this is certainly one of the most remote-friendly profiles in the market. Artificial intelligence. You know you need to create intelligence artificially when there are actual people who believe in a flat earth. Artificial intelligence, as you all know, is basically trying to teach a machine to think like humans. This term also applies to any machine that exhibits traits associated with the human mind, such as learning, problem solving, and decision making. Data science. Hands down, data science is one of the fanciest sounding jobs out there. Data science is essentially studying large quantities of data to understand patterns that can help in decision making. Companies like Facebook and Google are making massive investment in this field because, as they say, data is the new oil. A data scientist uses complex algorithms and tools to simplify data, so machine learning is also naturally a part of this. Cloud computing. Simply put, cloud computing is the delivery of computing services, including servers, storage, databases, networking, software, analytics, and intelligence over the internet or the cloud. This offers faster innovation, flexibility, and cost-effective resources. The major players in this industry are Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, Oracle, etc. Quick note that in all the things we discussed so far, programming languages are either a must-have or at least a should-have skill. So people in the computer sciences certainly have an upper hand here. Other honorable mentions in the technical skills arena are cybersecurity, AR or VR, blockchain, and machine learning. Now let's move on to some non-CS or IT skills that are in high demand. Digital marketing. From the moment you get on the internet, and maybe even at the beginning of this video, we are constantly being advertised and marketed to. Digital marketing is a vast field with many branches within itself, on both creative as well as technical sides. Meaning, if you do anything like content writing, graphic designing, or Google Ads and analytics, you can get into a relevant digital marketing field. Another in-demand skill is video editing, which again, thanks to the digital shift, has become insanely popular. Sales. Sales may not be for everybody, but it's quite a sought-after position in almost all companies at different levels. It is a very lucrative option if you enjoy talking to people and don't get disheartened at the nose. It is an attractive choice for a lot of reasons, but two most important ones are that firstly, most sales jobs are commission-based, so there is no limit to how much you can essentially make. Second, it has a clear career path. You can grow into managerial positions or shift laterally into business development as well. UX design. UX or user experience design has become a very demanded skill in a world full of websites and applications. It is crucial for every company to look unique in order to engage with the customers. A huge contributor in creating that brand uniqueness comes from UX, because even from personal experience, we all know how a not so well designed website can be a real pain. Looking at you, IRCTC. You should also remember that UX is not just graphic designing, UX design requires a lot of user research, prototyping and testing, all of which certainly takes more time than the designing itself. But if done right, UX can make the whole difference between a good business and a great business. That brings us to the end of our list. We hope it was helpful. Granted, we haven't covered everything and have grouped things together, but this video is to help you get a sense of where the job market is heading to. Ultimately, you are the best judge for your career, so stop listening to 60-year-olds who haven't job hunted in 30 years. Do your own research too and figure out something which would, at the very least, be tolerable enough to do every day. Thank you for staying tuned. For more on finance and everything beyond, follow Finforall by Jupiter on YouTube, Instagram and LinkedIn. Don't forget to leave a like and share your views in the comment section below.